Welcome back to Tropicana Field, game 2 of this doubleheader, just moments away from first pitch. Rays have taken the first game of this doubleheader 8-1 after winning a comeback win last night 9-8. Wander Franco will be in the lineup hitting second for the Rays, and he has started to put things together for the Rays.
Yeah, he really has. He comes in on this 7-game hitting streak that average at .310, a couple of extra base hits, getting it done from both sides of the plate. And, you know, he's done it kind of quietly, and that's what's interesting because I don't think Wander Franco does anything quietly. He's such a hyped prospect, making his way into the big leagues, and like you said, Dwayne, starting to put things together. Excited to see where he goes from here.
Well, he had a very big hit in the Rays comeback with the RBI single in the 9th inning to tie the game before Yandy Diaz picked up his first career walk-off, driving in the winning run in that 9-8 final. So the Rays and the Cleveland Indians will square off in game 2. Here is the lineup for Cleveland, brought to you by your local Ford dealers. It will be Cesar Hernandez leading off. He'll be at second base, followed by the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. The number 3 hitter, Jose Ramirez. They'll get him off his feet, let him DH in game 2. Bobby Bradley, the left-handed hitting first baseman, in the cleanup spot in front of Harold Ramirez. Daniel Johnson will be in right field. He'll hit 6th. Oscar Mercado is in center field, batting 7th in front of the catcher Austin Hedges. And at third base, Ernie Clement will bat 9th. Colin McHugh will open this game for the Rays.
Well, our starting pitchers are presented by Baycare, and Colin McHugh, you see what he did his last time out against the Blue Jays, and that's why we call him NASCAR. Slider after slider after slider, effective. There's the fastball that he'll show you every now and then. On top of that, a cutter. His last 15 games, how about this? 1 earned run given up in 28 1/3 innings to go along with 45 strikeouts, 6 walks. I don't think there's anybody on the Rays staff throwing the ball anywhere close to what Colin McHugh has been doing his last 15 outings. He has been fantastic, and I'll tell you, he gets the Rays off to a quick start. Maybe looking for a sweep here. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it lines up behind him here tonight. Brought to you by Auto Nation in the outfield. Left to right, we've got Austin Meadows, Brett Phillips, and Vidal Brujan. Across that infield, third to first, Wander Franco, Taylor Walls, Mike Brasso, and Yandy Diaz. And back behind the plate will be Francisco Mejia. Dwayne, it only feels like a night game. I think because we're stuck indoors. It's not night, it's during the day. We are still during the day. And how about the fact Vidal Brujan out in right field after getting an opportunity to, listen, they're going to move him around. They've got the 3 youngsters that they've called up recently with Walls and Franco in the lineup. Franco over at third.
Well, Brujan had made starts at second base, left field, right field, shortstop, center field, and third base in descending order in the minor leagues.
This year.
Here he is in right field. Game 2 of this doubleheader.
And hopefully you don't have to see it, but if you have to see him try and make a play with his arm, he's got a cannon.
And we are set to play ball. Oh, and by the way, Josh Fleming has been reinstated between games of this doubleheader from the IL. So here's McHugh, and the first pitch, a bunt attempt, and it's fouled back. Strike 1. So Hernandez followed by Rosario and then Ramirez. Cesar Hernandez in the first game, 1 for 3. Singled in the 3rd inning, one of the 4 Cleveland hits. 0-2. Well, the Rays saw McHugh at the end of the Toronto series, and he was very good. 3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. Foul ball, 0-2. He struck out 6, gave up 1 hit, and was about as perfect as you can be.
He's got such a formula right now that is working for him. He throws that cutter and the slider. Those are the main 2. Occasionally he'll show you the traditional fastball, but his command has been top-notch and the pitches have been sharp.
And a wave and a miss. He picks up where he left off against Toronto, striking out Hernandez.
Well, and he got him with a cutter up. You know, he will elevate that pitch. It isn't just about getting it to cut, but it's cutting this pitch at the top of the strike zone. You know, the slider down to go to the cutter up. He'll use that cutter to set up the slider, and then guess what? Every once in a while, he'll surprise you with the traditional heater.
Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop, swings and misses for a strike.
That's what he does, Dwayne. He takes advantage of right-handed hitters and even lefties, but especially right-handed hitters looking to pull for power. The cutter, he cuts away from him. The slider, he wraps away from him. See that?
And a big cut, and Rosario comes up empty.
That's what we're talking about. That's what he does. These guys want to pull for power because they know McHugh is not overpowering, and he uses that aggressiveness against him. And you saw Rosario right there. That hip was right up the third base line as he pulled off that slider badly.
And now reaching for that pitch, sliding away, and a little piece of it foul.
Yeah, we saw Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Dwayne. That was the hit that Colin McHugh gave up against the Blue Jays. And it was a slider away that he stayed on, he let it get into the zone, and he lined it to right field. That has to be your approach against McHugh. If it's pull for power, you're done. You are done. Unless he completely doesn't execute a pitch properly, you have no chance.
0-2. It's down. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, really, that at-bat from Gurriel Jr. off of him was the most impressive bat you've seen against him in about a month, because he up the middle the other way. If you're trying to pull him, you have a quick seat back in the dugout.
Takes a little bit more time before delivering the 1-2, and that's foul the other way. Walker was very good in the first game of the doubleheader. 6 innings en route to the win. Ground ball from third base, and Franco fires that ball. That takes care of Rosario. Boy, that was a straight line in a hurry.
Here it is. Franco ready to go. Gets that baseball, sets his feet, and shoots it over there just in time. Strong arm. Tremendous athlete.
Now Jose Ramirez, he is the DH, hitting from the left side here against McHugh. Franco, the lone defender on the left side. And this one breaks in, a slider for a strike. And now Franco, with 1 strike count, moves back and toward the shortstop spot. 0-2.
Well, just look at these 2 pitches. The change of speeds and the change of eye levels. That's what he does. He is always changing where you're looking for the baseball, what speed you're looking for it at. And on top of that, he's got good late break on everything.
Lifted into right. Brujan makes the catch in routine fashion. 1-2-3, go the Indians. Rosarena will lead off the bottom of the first. It will be Randy Rosarena, top spot, followed by Wander Franco, and then Austin Meadows, Yandy Diaz, then Brujan, Mejia, Rosso, Walds, and Phillips.
Well, our starting pitchers are presented by Baycare for the Cleveland Indians here in Game 2. It'll be left-hander Sam Hentges making his 8th start of the season, 15th game overall, 38 1/3 innings.
First pitch is a ball, and it has been some tough going for Hentges so far this year.
Well, over 38 in the third innings, and the batting average against him 350. His whip is over 2. Walks, hits per innings pitched. Just too many base runners.
Big cut and a miss, 1-1.
And that's why you see that ERA up over 8, and you're starting to see a body of work. Straight fastball right there. That's a pitch that really has given Hentges trouble. Opposing hitters teeing that pitch up pretty good.
2-1.
You could see what they like. I mean, a durable looking frame. 6 feet 6 inches tall, 245, left-handed. There's a lot to like in the build.
And he falls behind 3-1. And at 6'6", one of his issues has been coordinating all of that.
I mean, that's the command part of it, and that has been the issue. Bailed out right there.
Yep. He got Rosarena to chase a little over anxious 3-1. Now it's pulled up.
Well, that's why you see how he started out almost in a modified stretch position. I mean, that's what you do. You've got a guy that you're trying to get a repeatable delivery. You're trying to improve command. You start to try and simplify that delivery. So he ends up starting towards home plate as if he's in the stretch with just a little tap, lift, and go.
And he gives up a walk. So the leadoff pass, and Franco will be up here with a man aboard.
Let's take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by Auto Nation. In the outfield left to right, we've got Harold Ramirez, Oscar Mercado, and Daniel Johnson. Cross-out infield third to first, Ernie Clement, Ahmad Rosario, Cesar Hernandez, and Bobby Bradley. Back behind the plate will be Austin Hedges.
Well, Wander Franco did not play in game 1. He has a hitting streak going. 229 on the season. And he takes a pitch down. 1 ball and no strikes. In the last 7 games during that hitting streak, 310 for Franco. Balls, no strikes. Franco had the big base hit in the 9th inning to get the Rays even here last night, or Monday night, I should say. He drives it into right center field. Mercado on the move is going to get there to make the catch, and Rosarena, who is about 5 feet from second, heads back to first after the catch.
Well, making a bid deep out into right center field, the 4-seam fastball, and Franco gets into it pretty good, but Oscar Mercado, he's already kind of shading that way, and he's able to gallop back there and make a nice catch to the glove side.
Now it will be lefty on lefty with Austin Meadows hitting third. Meadows was on base 3 times in game 1 and scored 2 runs. Takes 95 on the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. Skied left side this time. Rosario starts out, pulls off. Ramirez comes in, and Harold Ramirez catches the high fly. So 2 outs after the initial walk. Yandy Diaz will bat. Diaz and the walk-off run batted in Monday's game when the Rays Had a lead, lost it, came back to win it 9-8. Hit on the ground to third. Loved by Clement, and the throw to first, a walk, and then 3 straight outs. A man left. No score through 1. Jackpot stat will zero in on Terry Francona. 21 seasons as a major league manager. He started out at the University of Arizona, the Montreal Expos first pick, and had a run with the Expos, time with the Cubs and the Reds, the Indians as a player, then the Brewers, and back managing the Indians. It was his dad, played for Cleveland. Want to know the count to Bobby Bradley?
He's forgotten more baseball than most people know.
Absolutely. I mean, he grew up in the game. He went to college at a great program. Has played, has managed.
And with so much success. I mean, at the highest level.
Yep.
You saw those win-loss records with Boston and Cleveland. You're a couple of hundred games up over 500 in both spots. I mean, it's pretty incredible what he's been able to accomplish in this game.
He said his dad, when young Tito was a kid, he said he'd go play baseball, and of course his dad, the big leaguer, former big leaguer, when Terry came home from a game, he said he would ask him 2 questions. Did you play hard, and did you have fun? Not did you win, how many hits did you have, did you play hard, did you have fun? What a great simplification.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's just fabulous. Oh, a pitch just missed right there. And Bradley with a full count.
Trying to backdoor that slider, and it's just down.
See another 3-2 pitch.
You mean he wasn't following him around, yelling at coaches and you know, umpires and all
amazing,
that?
Isn't it?
Just let him play the game, huh?
Yeah. Made sure he played hard. Made sure he had fun.
And you know what? At that age, that's all you want. Yep. That's all you need. Everything else take care of itself over time.
Swing and a miss by Bradley. 4 straight to start this game for McHugh.
Now picking up where he has left off over the last month and then some, really since he came off the IL in May. And it's that cutter. Cutter is elevated. Bradley thinks he's going to lift this ball out of here, and it jumps right over the swing.
Gerald Ramirez. It's a strike. Big cut and a miss.
Again, if you're going to try to pull, you see where Ramirez, that front side opens up. Watch the hip. The hip is gone. Look where the ball ends up. You have no chance at that pitch. None.
Fly ball, not too deep to left. Meadows coming in, is there, and he makes the catch. Well, what happens when you do make contact? Your power's gone.
If you, I'm telling you, and we've seen it for the last couple of months now with McHugh. But if that's going to be your approach, is to pull him right now, that's the best you're going to do.
Yep.
That's the best you're going to do. If he executes, now if he hangs one, maybe you run into it. He's not hung too many here in the last, I don't know, 16, 17 outings. And he really has picked up, you know, this pitching staff in so many ways. You know, here is the opener. We've seen him in the middle of games where the Rays are behind by a few runs, and he calms that game down and allows them an opportunity to get back in it.
Big swing and a miss by Johnson. 2 outs, base is empty. Oh, look at that drop right in there, huh? 1 and 2.
That's that late break. He started that pitch off the plate for a ball. And then look at this thing just all of a sudden right to the middle.
And a cut and a miss. He strikes him out. 1, 2, 3. Go the Cleveland Indians. No score. Second inning, Vidal Brujan is going to lead it off. Our Toyota Keys, the 11th overall prospect by Baseball America. 6 seasons in the minor leagues. .290 and named to the 2021 MLB Futures game. And for him today, the future is now.
Yes,
in the big leagues. Here's Brujan. Strike 1.
Well, brings that, just a very unique skill set, especially in today's game where it's been all about power, and he's got so much speed. Stolen base ability. You saw 166 in his minor league career.
Ground ball shortstop. Throw to first will be in time.
And I'm telling you, Dwayne, that if you're getting the majority of the sticky stuff out of the game, and that's going to increase balls in play and put a premium on athleticism and having different ways to score runs than just sitting back and hoping for the 3-run homer.
Yep.
It's guys like Brujan and Franco that
makes the game so much better.
It looks like baseball
again. Yes, it does.
And by the way, it puts a lot of pressure on that opposing manager and that opposing defense. Sprinkle in your all or nothing guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zunino.
Yeah.
He's going to strike out, but he's going to hit some bombs too.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And he's going to be in a position where what he really takes to the club is what he does behind the plate.
Yeah.
And if you can get a guy who can hit some home runs occasionally,
yeah,
great.
Have some of that in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have some of the other stuff too. Make it difficult for your team to be defended. I think you're seeing the Rays really start to move down that road where they're going to have a nice mix of some swing and miss but power. Some guys that'll put the ball in play and can run. Some guys that'll work at bats and do the little things to get that runner in from third with less than 2.
Yeah. 3 and 1. Well, it will make the game so much more interesting. You'll see more athleticism. There will be more strategy in the game. And I think the trend that we've seen over the past few years has not been good for this game. 3 and 2 now. Home runs are great, but to turn every game into a home run hitting contest with strikeout after strikeout after strikeout after strikeout, and then somebody hits one, that's not good for the game.
Well, and I think that's why you're seeing, the machinations put in place to start to, force the game back into kind of a look of what it used to be like.
We want strategy from the manager and the dugout, and we want athleticism. The varied amount of athleticism that you can see on the field. 3-2, shot back into right center, and that ball is going to get all the way to the wall. Mercado went down trying to make the play, and it's a double for Mejia. Johnson backing up the play, had to play the ball off the wall, and a 2-base hit for the Rays catcher.
Boy, a little action on this pitch here. 4-seam fastball, and you see Mejia get down and through it and put a little slice and a little carry. You've got Mercado shaded a little bit towards left center, and he's just chasing, and just cannot get there. Boy, a great effort, but just too much ground to make up.
The Rays with their first scoring opportunity, a 1-out double. Mike Brasso is the hitter. It's too low. Brasso in his third stint with the Rays. 2 balls and no strikes. Wide. Hinch is out of Minnesota. He was drafted by Cleveland out of high school, and shortly thereafter had Tommy John surgery, which slowed his development. Strike. Strike throwing has been an issue. And he issues the walk. So Brasso heads to first. 2 walks already so far for Hentges. Time now for a word from the Home Depot.
The Home Depot rental has everything you need to go the distance, including tools, trucks, and equipment, some with job site delivery.
And the Rays with an opportunity here. Taylor Walls with a chance to see if he can put the Rays out in front. Takes it inside. Ball's 0 for 3 in the first game. And 1. Missed the fastball right there. Strike called. Walls thought that pitch missed, but he's now behind in the count.
And asking about it right there. This is a borderline heater right there. Is it or isn't it? Let me say it is.
That's a little looper, going to drop for a base hit. Rays will break out in front. Mejia scores. He read it well. And the Rays break out in front 1-0.
Well, what a fantastic piece of base running by Francisco Mejia. Seeing this curveball that runs in, and Walls doesn't get all of it, but he gets enough of it. And he's going to drop it in, and you're going to see Mejia already heading to, I mean, he was to third base by the time that ball, watch this read. See, right there, he knows that there is no way they're getting it, and he's going to score with ease. Nicely done.
The Rays lead 1-0, 2 men on, and here's Brett Phillips. Lefty on lefty. Phillips takes a strike. Phillips hit the home run, his 4th of the year in the 6th inning of game 1, 419 feet. Nothing in 2.
Well, here it is, Dwayne. StatCast powered by Google Cloud, and you could not time up the hit, the pitch coming into the zone and the uppercut swing going through the zone. They met in perfection off the netting, saved a Ray, and that was absolutely blistered.
35-degree launch angle. So Phillips is launching.
So it would, well, and you saw that swing coming through the zone. I mean, it dipped down. It was on its way up right into the baseball at the perfect time. And yeah, you get that towering shot. 4 bills plus.
And he takes one close there, just a little away. It's 2-2. That's going to be strike 3 call. A 2-2 curveball, and Phillips is caught looking.
Kind of just got locked right here. That curveball, you see that little back and forth, buckled him a little, and it stayed at the top of the zone, but in there to get the call. You could see the look on his face as that ball went by him that, uh-oh, I may be in some trouble here. He was right.
Randy Arozarena walked his first time, bats again here in the 2nd inning. It's too low. He had doubled. Russo walked, the base hit by Walls, got the run home. Two outs, 2 on, 1-0 the count. The breaking ball drops in. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. That's a strike on the inside part of the plate. We're going to go to 2-2.
Right on the edge. Kind of pulled that fastball a little bit, but kept it on the plate.
Pulls away from that pitch, and it's 3-2. Well, he's faced 10 hitters. It's 9 hitters, but he's 10 batters, and has had a 3-ball count on 4 of the 10. And the pitch chopped to third, into the glove of Clement, and the throw to first. Now the Rays settled for 1 run, leave 2, lead 1-0. Home Depot getting more done.
Now this guy right here has gotten a lot done. His last 10 home appearances as a starter. This game right here as a bulk guy at times. The ERA of 1.55 in 46 1/3 innings, and obviously that sinker, a big pitch for him, and the cutter, and that's allowed him to keep the ball in the yard. Just 2 home runs given up, and the whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. You keep it under 1. I mean, at 1, it's outstanding. You're under 1, and that is just elite. You limit base runners, and then therefore you limit team's ability to score.
Fleming comes into this game 6-4 on the year with a .339 earned run average, facing Oscar Mercado. First pitch missed. Foul right back, 1-1. So 6 up and 6 down in 2 innings for Colin McHugh. And now Fleming on. Foul the other way, 1-2. Mercado had a couple of walks and a single, 2 runs scored in Monday's game. Shouts it to short. Who's going to get this one? A collision between Franco and Walls, and nobody gets it. Well, both were right there with the play and the range in front of them, and Mercado is aboard.
Well, how about this? Meeting at the ball at the same time. Look at, they're both getting ready, and there's Franco getting ready to cut in front of Walls. Walls charging that.
Well, it scored a hit, and if one of them makes the play unimpeded, it's an out.
Yeah, and that looked right there. You know, you want your third baseman to get to, you know, just about everything that he can, but that ball chopped right at Walls. It seemed to be an easier play for him coming straight in, getting that high chop and throwing off of it. And, you know, Franco, he's aggressive too. He's going for it and just. And it's hard to communicate there too. You know, you don't know that guy's coming that hard. You're concentrating on that baseball. Pop up is ball in the air is one thing. A chopper in the infield, tough to call.
So it goes as a hit. The count to Austin Hedges, the catcher, is 2-1. Now a strike, 2-2. So the ball hit by Mercado scored a base hit. Hey, that's the first hit of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Even if it were to, you know, be a combination no-hitter, it's not really a no-hitter because it's only 7 innings. So who cares?
Yeah, that too. So.
It's a special accomplishment or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Special accomplishment.
Something like that. Yeah. It's not a no-hitter. It's just a really nice game.
A notable achievement.
That's it.
Yeah.
Notable achievement.
Same difference.
Sounded more professional though than special accomplishment. That was me getting here.
There's a liner, and it's going to be caught by Meadows in left field. Nicely done. Meadows coming in a little bit to his right and goes down and grabs that one to retire Hedges.
Yeah, these can always be dicey because if it gets by him, there's not a lot of help coming. And he makes a nifty grab. Boy, perfectly timed in the slide. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a lefty-to-lefty catch right there. Foul right back into the screen by Clement. Yeah, you're right. If that ball gets by, you got trouble. But Meadows did a great job of making that catch out there. Ground ball. Oh, great stop by Walls. Out at second, out at first, and they turn the double play. What a job by Walls to get there. And then the feed to Brasso on the 6-4-3 double play. This is a pretty play. Tampa star on that one. Raffle for every home game. Join the raffle from the comfort of your home. Go to RaysBaseball.com/50/50. Some restrictions apply. First pitch, Wander Franco takes a strike. Franco 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. Chops this one to third into the glove of Ernie Clement, the throw to first in time. One gone.
Now making sure that he got to that ball before it took that second hop. Good read off the bat. You know, what do they say, Dwayne, about the really good infielders? You never see them get a bad hop.
Yeah.
They know how to position the body.
That's right.
Making plays.
It was Austin Meadows. It's a strike on the inside corner. Fly ball, center field with some carry. Mercado's going to go back. Still back to the edge of the turf and on the track. He makes the grab. 2 outs. Yandy Diaz. Diaz out, third to first, his first time. This is upstairs, 1-0. Rays with a run in the second, driven home by Taylor Walls. 1-1 to count. High fly ball, center field. Mercado waits and makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the fourth, 1-0 Rays.
Lead over the Cleveland Indians. Let's take a look at a scouting report on Josh Fleming, brought to you by Papa John's. Set the pace, and that's what he is looking to do. And by the way, he's going to have a hard time doing it because it was Colin McHugh who set the pace here this afternoon, coming out there with those 2 scoreless innings. Fleming, he's a guy that likes to work quickly, use his infielders. I mean, throw a lot of strikes, and that's what he wants to do. Keep it down, keep his pitches down, keep the ball down on the ground, and keep those infielders busy.
Well, so far so good. You know, McHugh made 13 pitches in the first, 14 pitches in the second. So Fleming comes in and makes 12 pitches in the third.
Oh, you can do third. Listen, this is like name that tune. I can get that inning over with in 11 pitches, Dwayne.
Even give up a hit and get it done in 12. 1-2 now. Hernandez, the top of the order. Well, both McHugh and Fleming, in their own way, are kind of throwbacks to getting it done the way they get it done. Ground ball, and this is flagged down by Franco. Throw to first, got him. Boy, the left side of the infield putting on a show here. And the last couple hitters. Nice play by Franco right there.
Well, and that was after running into each other. Franco pulled in just a little bit. That hard hit ball, he's able to glove with the slide, recover, and make a strong throw right on the money to Yandy Diaz. That ball came up on him quick, and a great hand-eye coordination. A great job with that glove. Strong throw.
Strike to Rosario. Think what the Rays defense has done since Walls and Franco collided leading off the third. That great sliding catch in left by Meadows, and then on the ball hit by Clement, that great stop in the start of a double play by Walls, and now this ground ball and an outstanding play by Franco on the ball hit by Hernandez. And a wave and a miss. So Rosario is out on strikes, out on 3 pitches.
Well, Dwayne, this is what you speak of, and here's Austin Meadows, runner aboard. Austin Hedges making a bid. A nice time on the slide. right there, and then the double play. That ball looks like it might be getting up the middle. How about the option pitch there by Taylor Walls? I mean, right on the money. It's one thing to get rid of it quickly, but backhand option pitch right where it needed to go. Well, you start to see some of that athleticism that we were talking about earlier in the game, out in the field on the base paths.
I mean, tell me that's not fun to watch. To see that kind of baseball, that's a throwback kind of baseball right there. That's outstanding.
We don't build packages just for the sake of building packages, Dwayne.
That's right.
I mean, you do that because those plays are unbelievable. Now, occasionally I'll ask for a pop-up to first base, but that's only because
you got to ask for something.
Gives us something. That's right. You got to ask for something.
Here's the 1-1. And a ground ball back a third. There's Franco, and another nice play. How about that? Franco turns in 2 outstanding plays here in the 4th inning. And Fleming and the Rays defense get it done in 10 pitches. Keep it up, boys. 1-0 Rays. Ballpark app or a printed home voucher to any Cain's Furniture store within 5 days. Receive a coupon for 1 free taco chips and medium fountain drink at participating area Tijuana Flats locations. Restrictions apply. For info, visit CainStrikeout.com. On we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Vidal Brujan leads it off. 1 strike the count. That's a ground ball foul. Back of the coaching box at 0-2. One and 2. Foul ball. Brujan making his major league debut in this twin bill. Got his first big league hit out of the way in his first at bat in the 1st inning of game 1. Got a base hit, drove in a run, stole a base, scored a run. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, that's really putting it all together after he made a great defensive play in the top of the 1st. You gotta like him on economy alone. Foul ball right back. We're going to get a scoring change. And there's a strike call. Brujan caught looking. And so that's the first out in the 4th inning. Time now for a word from Bayfront.
At Bayfront Health St. Petersburg, we know what it means to be here for our community. When you need care you can trust, choose Bayfront Health St. Petersburg, the official healthcare partners of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, here is Francisco Mejia. Pitch is a strike. He has scored the game's only run so far after picking up the 1-out double in the 2nd inning, and he made a nice read on the ball hit by Walls to score. It's bouncing in all the way to the backstop. 1-1. The scoring change on that base hit by Mercado in the 3rd when Franco and Walls collided over there, allowing Mercado to reach. They have rescinded the single and have charged Franco with an error. So that will take that hit off the board. We'll make that 1 into a 0 and add an error in that column. pitch is down. Really, that's more like a personal foul than an error.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a blocking foul and cross-checking perhaps.
2-2 now.
Glad that nobody sustained a lower body injury.
That's right.
Well, that puts the special accomplishment back on the table.
Yes, it does.
Or notable achievement.
Ground ball right side. It's handled by Hernandez to Bradley. So a called third strike and a ground ball to second. 2 up, 2 down. 7 in a row since the RBI single by Walls. And here is Mike Brasso. And a one-hopper off the glove of Clement down the left field line. Brasso's going to dig for 2. He's going to make it easily. He's in there standing up with a double. Suddenly, with 2 outs, the Rays now have a scoring opportunity.
Well, the two-seamer, and Brasso's able to get around that baseball. It was up just enough, and he hit it hard enough that Clement, that's all he can do is try to backhand that tough in-between hop off the heel of that glove and into left field, and see if the Rays can make that count.
Taylor Walls came through with a base hit to drive in a run in the second inning. There's a man in scoring position with 2 outs in the 4th. Foul for 1. A little trip to the mound here by Hedges. Rays took the first game. The doubleheader, 8-1. They hit 3 home runs in the process. They lead 1-0 on the base hit off the bat of Walls, and a good read by Mejia, the runner at second.
Yeah, that was a curveball that got in on Walls a little bit. It didn't hit it all that hard, but it got the run home, and that right now is all that has scored here.
Down and in. It's 1-1. The Rays defeated Cleveland Monday 9-8 after seeing a lead evaporate. Then they won the first game of 2 today, 8-1. Trying to pick up their second run here, leading 1-0 in this one, and now it's a 3-1 count on Walls. Brett Phillips is on deck. Brasso's double has set up the scoring opportunity. Three and 2. That's a liner into left. Going to be in for a base hit. The run will score. Brasso crossing the plate. And Walls comes through again to make it 2-0. He owns both runs batted in. That ball took a big hop, almost was on its way to the wall out there. But it's a base hit. And it's 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Boy, these tack-on runs are so important. That pitch got pulled to the middle of the plate. It was meant to be away, down and off. And instead, middle, Walls takes full advantage. And a couple of two-out hits here by the Rays gives them a now 2-0 lead.
Brett Phillips. Walls attracting a little attention over there at first. Rays now with 2 runs, 4 hits. Phillips pops it foul. That will carry out a play. The Rays, after winning in that first game in a convincing way 8-1, have been impressive here in the second game. Walls continues to attract the attention. Sam Hentges, a lefty, just 24 years old. One and one. That's going to be foul the other way. Phillips battling against the lefty. Phillips out on strikes. He missed the breaking ball. The Rays settle for 1 and lead 2-0. Leading in the Papa John's bullpen box, hosts your group of 34 in this private party area located just steps from the Rays bullpen. Reserve the Papa John's bullpen box by emailing group sales at raysbaseball.com. We move on to the 5th. Rays now leading 2-0. Bobby Bradley takes the pitch down and in from Josh Fleming. Rays getting their 50th win of the year in Game 1. So they're now 50-36. 1-2.
Well, and the Indians, who were at one point, what, 42-33, they've lost now 8 in a row. They're now just a game over 500.
Yeah, they've lost 8 in a row and 10 of their last 11. 2-2 count on Bradley. Well, this is what they've suffered through during that 8-game losing streak.
I mean, look away. The starter's not giving them a chance, and they're obviously not scoring enough runs to make up for that.
Bradley out number 1 in the 5th inning. Out on strikes for the 2nd time. MLB Ballpark app will help complete your next visit to Tropicana Field. You can buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app. Ramirez fouls it. Strike 1. Harold Ramirez. A fly ball to left his first time. Diego Castillo up in the bullpen, and there's a wave and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. High chop down to Franco. His throw. A strike to first. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th. Daniel Johnson will be the hitter. Well, the only base runner the Indians have had came in the 3rd on what was eventually scored an error on Franco when he collided with walls, preventing him from making a play. And then the double play ball eliminated Mercado. Owen Miller is going to hit for Johnson now. Johnson struck out his only at bat in this game. And Owen Miller one ball, no strike count to Miller. 1-1. One and 2. Two outs, bases empty. Two and 2. Now a full count. And that's going to be high. Just a little bit upstairs. And now Miller heads to first. Second time Cleveland has put a man on base. Oscar Mercado will be the hitter, and Kevin Cash comes out of the Rays dugout. It's going to be it for Josh Fleming. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. The 5th, experience lifelong excitement with Week for Life scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. You can win top prizes of up to $5,000 a week for life. So keep living and keep winning. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Diego Castillo gets the call here in the 5th inning, making his 32nd appearance.
Well, 12 out of 14 in the save department, 43 punch-outs, 31 innings, 9 walks. You know, and the Rays really treating this game too like this is a late inning situation. Josh Fleming had not given up a whole lot of hard contact, really hadn't given up much of anything. 37 pitches in his outing, and he is now out.
pitch is a strike to Mercado.
I don't think that he wants to be out of this game.
I don't think so.
And I don't blame him.
Yep.
I mean, you know, get an opportunity to go out there and compete and only go 2 2/3. He's used to going so much deeper than that most of the time. And again, was throwing the ball well. You know, that walk to Owen Miller obviously hurt, but outside of that, he hadn't really given up anything.
Ground ball right side. Throw to first, going to be in time to get Mercado, who went in head first. Brasso making the play, and we go to the home half of the fifth. 2-0 Rays.
Started for the Rays, and he was outstanding as per usual. Mixing that cutter in with an array of sliders, an occasional straightaway fastball. That was a curveball that got him his last out of his outing. 2 quick, efficient innings. So he would turn over to Josh Fleming, and Fleming would come in with his sinker, with his cutter, getting weak contact, allowing his defense to do some good work. And then after the walk to Owen Miller, he was relieved of his duties. 2 2/3 innings, 37 total pitches. Diego Castillo got out number 3 in the 5th, and we are on to the bottom half.
Rosarena up there for the 3rd time. He has walked and grounded out. Facing the lefty. It's a strike, and it's now 1-1. Yep. Ernie Clement goes in to left field, moving out from 3rd. Harold Ramirez over to play first. Johnson lifted, and Miller, who hit in the place of Johnson, is now at 3rd. So Johnson is out. Two and one the count on the Rosarena. And that's a foul ball, and it gets part of Hedges. The Cleveland catcher will try to walk that off. Full count. Well, the Rosarena has been up there with a full count each time up, and this time he draws the walk. So he walked into first, walks again in the 5th inning. Baseball's 2 biggest events of the summer back-to-back, beginning at the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then the biggest stars in baseball at the 91st MLB All-Star Game July 13th on Fox. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on the 13th of July. Wander Franco. Strike one. Franco 0 for 2 in this game. High chop, could be a tough play right there, and the throw to first will not be in time. A little physical coming together out there on the Cleveland infield this time, but even cleanly it might have been difficult with Franco going down the line. Let's take a look.
What are the chances? How many times do you see the shortstop and the third baseman running into each other in the same game on both sides of the field? And right here, Owen Miller running right into Rosario, and that's not going to lead to anything positive.
Well, Franco can relate to that, and this time he's on the other end of that play and is safe at first.
You got to give that a. What are you going to give that? Precedence has been set.
Well, it has, but I think you could. It's hard to assume anything in this game and rule accordingly. I think he was going to beat that out anyway, but we'll see what they come up with, and they're going to rule it a hit. So it's first and second and nobody out. So Franco extends his hitting streak. That's 8.
Everything works out.
And here's Meadows. One ball, one strike. Eight-game hitting streak now for Franco. Two and one.
Well, 2 outs, nobody on. A good count here for Meadows. An opportunity here to try and start to put some distance between you and the Cleveland Indians. Trying to build an inning here late and try to put this thing away.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Whistler busy in the Rays bullpen. Sandlin has been up for Cleveland. Ground ball back to first. Fair ball, and Bradley makes the play unassisted. Rosarena goes to third. Franco up to second base. So 1 out with 2 minutes scoring position. You can take in a game from a private suite, including all-inclusive catering with your friends and family. Rays have intimate suites for 12 people, larger private areas for up to 48. For more info, email suites@raysbaseball.com. Tito Francona heads to the mound. That's going to be it for Hentges. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. One out with runners at second and third. Yandy Diaz, who was grounded out to third and hit a fly ball to center, hits with the infield up. And the first pitch from Nick Sandlin is in there for a strike.
We just cannot afford too many more runs given up here for the Indians. You're running out of innings. The Rays lead here by 2. Sandlin giving you a little bit different look.
And a base hit. Past Bradley. Rosarena scores. Here comes Franco to the plate. The Rays add those 2 runs. Diaz picking up RBIs 29 and 30. And the Rays now lead 4-0.
Well, that's the Yandy Diaz that you know. And what a smart piece of hitting here. The 2-seamer by Sandlin. He does not try to get greedy and pull. He lets that ball get to him and then fires it the other way. Good contact. That one swing and the Rays double up their lead. tell you, Yandy Diaz, smart hitter, really good approach. We've seen him.
Here's Brujan swinging and sending a fly ball to center. Mercado is going to make the catch for the out.
And here more recently, we've seen him start to try and pull on some balls. You know, he gets a count in his favor. A certain style of pitcher has a good idea of what he's going to get. He'll look for one pitch, one spot, and try to turn on it.
Well, Hinch is charged with 4 runs in 4 1/3, 5 hits. Mejia. Mejia doubled back in the 2nd inning and scored the 1st run of this game.
That's got to be frustrating for Henches, you know? I mean, you know, he came in with that ERA of over 8, and by giving up 4 and 4 1/3, he's right on pace, and yet it didn't feel like he threw the ball that poorly.
That's right. Left with those 2 men on. Now they scored, and suddenly, instead of giving up a couple of runs, are charged with 4. 2-1. Oh, and this pitch hits Mejia. So that pushes Diaz into scoring position at 2nd. 2 men on, 2 men out.
Boy, you can see Mejia too trying to get out of the way of that slider from the sidearm, and just not able to. Right off the outside part of that leg.
Well, Mike Brasso has a walk and a double. Takes strike 1. Brasso scored a run after the 2-base hit in the 4th inning. Now down to Sandlin, 0-2. Sandlin was a 2nd-round pick in 2018. And now pitching in the big leagues. And he strikes out Brasso. But the Rays add 2 more runs. We go to the 6th. 4-0 Tampa Bay. Presented by your local Honda dealers. We'll hear from the Rays manager Kevin Cash, and Orestes will be breaking down the American League East race. At the moment, the Rays are running 2nd, 3.5 back. On to the 6th inning we go. Matt Whistler in to pitch. Austin Hedges, the catcher. He hit that sinking line drive to left in the 3rd. And Austin Meadows made quite a catch on that ball. First pitch is a strike. So Castillo came on, faced 1 man, got him. And now it's Whistler. And he's ahead of Hedges, 0-2.
Well, I think if Whistler had been a Ray all season long, he may have stolen the nickname NASCAR. With all the left turns. I mean, he is so slider heavy.
Did he get the attempt? A check there, and it's 1-2. Whistler worked 4 days ago, 2/3 of an inning against the Blue Jays, gave up 3 hits and 3 unearned runs, including a home run. And that's a wave and a miss, and he gets Hedges.
Well, that was a slider right there that was just not picked up very well by Hedges. Watch this swing. Just not having a whole lot of a feel for that pitch. And that's what he does. Whistler's just slider after slider after slider. He's been effective.
Ernie Clement. He looks at a strike. Something other than the slider there, and that's a surprise.
Yeah, well, and you know, you saw Clement turn around, square around to bunt, pulled back.
Lifts it toward the line in right. Brujan just across the foul line. 2 up and 2 down. Rays want you to be part of the action. Get second half schedule. Home schedule is now on sale. Tickets at raysbaseball.com/tickets. 2021 season presented by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Hernandez, which is upstairs. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch is down and in, 2-1. Two and two. Count is full. Cesar Hernandez hits one on the ground foul. And we'll see another 3-2 pitch. Was ball 4. I think they forgot the count. So Hernandez will take a walk to first, and in the meantime, here's a word from Bayfront.
At Bayfront Health St. Petersburg, we know what it means to be here for our community. When you need care you can trust, choose Bayfront Health St. Petersburg, the official healthcare partners of the Tampa Bay Rays.
So a runner at first. I'm not sure he understands why. 1 strike the count. I mean, everybody forgot the count was 3-2, and so ball 4 came and everybody just stood there.
Nobody was locked in, which is why exactly we went with the Bayfront. Get everybody
Just a
locked
reset.
back in.
Yeah,
reset.
a little reset here.
Yeah. Hey, focus. Focus.
The count. Well, Rosario's the hitter, and the count is 1-1. It's a big cut. 1-2.
You know, it really is interesting. You know, especially if you're a right-handed hitter, you know that Whistler is coming with that slider.
Yep.
And we still see some really awkward swings against it. You know, he does a good job of hiding that ball as he brings it out of his glove. We've talked about that.
Ooh, I'll tell you, he had tried to help him right there, and no call. What do you think? Take a look. No.
Just off. I'm more surprised he didn't swing.
Yeah.
Maybe couldn't.
Two pitch. There's a cut and miss. A couple strikeouts in the inning on the slider. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Rays lead 4-0. By Baycare.
Taylor Walls having a very nice day here. The curveball, he drops it out into left field. That would get the Rays on the board. I'll tell you, we got to credit Mejia in that base running, that read off of the bat. And then how about this? A pair of 2-out hits. Mike Brasso with a double into the left field corner, then a base hit to drive him in. How about the base hit taken away there by Walls? And how about that shovel to Brasso, turning that double play, that little streak that the Rays went on defensively of just making web gem after web gem. Had a very nice day.
Now we go to the Rays half of the 6th inning. And Blake Parker is the new pitcher. Two and 0 the count. Now a strike. It's 2-1. Parker was a free agent signing, minor league free agent in the spring. You see Fairbanks and Springs busy in the bullpen for the Rays. And now a strike to Walls, 2-2. Now it's wide, 3-2. The Rays with this 4-0 lead. Walls has driven in 2 of those runs.
It was close enough that it could have been called. It goes the Rays' way, Walls' way in particular.
On the ground to first. Bradley with the toss to Parker. It's the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, Brett Phillips, who's 0 for 2 in this game, hit the long home run in the bottom of the 6th inning of Game 1.
Well, StatCast powered by Google Cloud, 102.5 off the bat, 419, Rays tank right into the netting. An exclamation point on Game 1.
And the pitch is a strike call. Blake Parker out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Went to the University of Arkansas. 1-1. Parker's had some big league time with the Cubs and the Mariners, Yankees, Angels, Twins, Phillies, and now Cleveland. He gets a strike call on the inside corner. Bounces in. It's 2-2. And it drops low. So we went 3-2 to Walls, got him on the ground ball. Now he's 3-2 to Phillips. And ball 4 is low. Parker, oh, no, that's going to be a strike. Yeah, Parker thought it was a strike, and for a moment it appeared that it might have been a little low, but that's a strike call. Let's take a look.
Right there on the edge at the knees. Four-seamer, and it just caught the edge of that zone. Kind of a late call, too. Make sure of it, and then see ya.
So 2 up, 2 down, and here is Randy Arozarena. There's a strike. You know, Parker was a guy who in college played first and third and the corner outfield. Didn't really pitch.
We'll save that for the big leagues.
That's exactly what he did. With the Cubs organization originally, and they put him on the mound.
You know, and he's kept things pretty simple here. A lot of four-seam fastballs out over the plate. He throws that changeup, that split off of it.
One ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th. 2 7-inning games in this doubleheader. The Rays won the first game 8-1. They lead 4-0 in game 2. And there's a base hit up the left field line. Extra bases for Arozarena. He's in at second with the double. Rays pick up their 7th hit. And Arozarena is in scoring position with 2 gone. For Wander Franco.
Well, he was not going to let another fastball get by him here. This one kind of leaks back over the heart of the plate at the belt. And Arozarena helps it right down that third base line. An absolute shot. Owen Miller, no chance.
Arozarena picking up his 15th double of the year. Wander Franco will be the hitter. He got the infield hit in the 5th to extend his hitting streak to 8. And here's the defensive work and the arm strength shown on that play.
Yeah, and that's not even as strong as he can make it. How about that floater across the infield? He has made some plays to his left, to his right.
Well, he bats with Arozarena in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. All 4 of the runs for the Rays charged to the starting pitcher, Sam Hinckus. Pitch is a strike. Two and one. The Rays try to add a run on this 4-0 lead right now. As we mentioned at the outset today, this is the 5th doubleheader in Tropicana Field history. The Rays have never won, nor have they ever lost a doubleheader. They've split 4. Now a strike. 2 and 2.
Well, 2 breaking balls followed up by 2 changeups. Franco wondering where that fastball is. Will he even see one?
And the answer is no. There's a roller to the right side handled by Hernandez. Franco's out of there. The Rays leave a man, and we go to the 7th, 4-0 Rays. In this second game of the doubleheader, and look at that, the Rays pitching has not given up a hit. And as we have learned from experience earlier this year in late April, this would not be an official no-hitter, but something of a notable achievement. And these are the guys who have put their talents together and gotten us this far.
So far, so good. Colin McHugh got everybody off to a good start. 2 efficient innings, gave way to Josh Fleming. 2 2/3. Castillo came in to get that final out in the 5th. Whistler on for the 6th, and now we head into the top half of the 7th inning. The Rays leading in this game, and they will turn it over to Pete Fairbanks to look to close this one out.
Well, Fairbanks to face Jose Ramirez, who's DHing, then Bradley, followed by Harold Ramirez. And Fairbanks on with a record of 2 and 3, and his first pitch is a bit low. Well, the closest thing they had to a hit was the Mercado ground ball, in which Franco and Walls collided. Was originally scored a hit and then changed with Franco charged with the error. And there's a strike, and we'll go back to the top of the 3rd. This is what we're talking about right there. Wall's going to make that play until Franco bumped him, and that led to the base runner and eventually an error charge to Franco. Had a couple walks in this game. 2-out walk in the 5th and a 2-out walk in the 6th. And now Fairbanks 2 and 1 with Jose Ramirez. And he strokes it up the right side. That ball will be foul down near the bullpen mound. 2 was back in late April the 25th. Madison Bumgarner had the 7-inning game without a hit. And that came against the Braves in Atlanta in the second game of a doubleheader. But not an official no-hitter. And here we are in the second game of a no-hitter between the Rays and the Indians. Top of the 7th. And a 2-2 count on Jose Ramirez. He breaks his bat, and a ground ball down to first, handled by Diaz. And that will be out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So 1 out here in the 7th inning. Indians have been no-hit a couple times already in April and May. There's the breakout on that.
Well, and Carlos Rodon, he came this close to a perfect game. One-hit batter in a 2-strike count. Wade Miley, just the 1 walk. Both lefties doing very good work.
Aubrey Bradley takes a strike. Seven strikeouts for Rays pitching in this game. It's 0-2. Rays won the first game 8-1. Michael Walker pitched 6 innings. Ryan Sheriff worked the 7th. And the Rays looking for a sweep of this series over Cleveland. Just a little wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bit of that one fouled back. One, 2. It's down. 2-2. The Rays also trying to pick up some ground on the Red Sox in the American League East. Started the day 4 back. That's a wave and a miss. So Bradley is out on strikes, and Fairbanks records a strikeout.
Boy, look at that. Getting on top of that breaking ball, driving it downhill. Some good north-south right there to pick up the strikeout.
And now it's Harold Ramirez who has gone out to left with a fly ball and has gone out third to first. And he shoots one into right field. Brujan's going to go to the warning track. He'll leap and make the catch to end this one. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th inning. And the Rays combined with 5 pitchers to limit the Cleveland Ball Club to no runs and no hits in this 7-inning second game of the doubleheader. Fleming will get the win. He is 7-4. Hentges, the losing pitcher, 1-4. Took 2 hours and 4 minutes to play this one as the Rays win game 1 8-1 and win the second game 4-0. And of the 5 traditional doubleheaders played at Tropicana Field, the Rays had split 4, and now they have won a doubleheader. And the Chevy play of the game, the final out to end what turns out to be a good day for the Rays on this fly ball to right field.
Well, driven out there to right, here is Vidal Brujan up and make that catch. Pete Fairbanks, yes sir, closed it out, swept the series, swept the day, and achieved a notable achievement.
And the Rays are 3 games back of Boston, now 51-36. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Coming up, Rays Live, the postgame presented by Advent Health. Richard Arrest is anchoring the coverage. Kevin Cash's press conference and interviews from the clubhouse as the Rays win this one 4-0. We'll see you Friday.